and welcome to Tropical Garden UK. Join me in this episode where I'm going to show you how to build some wooden planters. These are a couple that I've just put together already with a bit of a burnt wood effect on them. They're pretty straightforward and relatively cheap as well, so I'll just take you through the process. Okay, here's one of the boxes put together but not drilled so it's stable, and obviously you can choose the height, whatever timber that you want, but this is just 4x2 that I've got and that I've burnt. And what we do is just build some of these square boxes. So these are all exactly the same length, so you can see here that these are 50 centimeters long, and just 4 sections of that, 4 cuts that you need to make, and just put them up together and screw into the end just to keep it stable. So you'll end up then with a square. Obviously just make sure that you put them in the right order so it actually is squared off and the same length on each side, and then you can stack however many of them you want high. So this is obviously 5 high, and what I'll do then is I'll fix them from the inside and also put a little bit of wood glue in between. That gives you the chance to kind of stack them in alternate fashion, just to get that effect. The only thing I need to do is just kind of burn these ends where I've made the cuts as well. But pretty useful to get a relatively cheap planter, and then you can just decide on the width, the length of it, and the height as well, which gives you quite a few options. I think a really good thing to do as well is to actually burn the wood. It gives it a really nice effect and also helps to protect that timber as well. So you can see here, all those lengths of timber are 50 centimeters long, all 4x2, and there's enough there to make another 5 of those boxes, because I'm going to be building 4 of these planters for my pergola, which are going to actually house the posts with some concrete in, but it also gives us a chance to plant some things in there as well. Okay, so I've got the 4 bits of timber there to make kind of one of the structures. I've got drill with a wooden drill bit and driver. Screws that I'm using are just from Screwfix. These are 5x80mm, so they are long enough to kind of get through each timber just to secure it in place. And all I need to do is find the best side. These two, you're just going to set it next to each other so that it's flush. You can just hold them in place, hit your drill, try and just drill through the centre. And then just work your way around. You should make sure that you can see kind of one of the cut edges on that side, and you can see that this end doesn't have the cut edge on, it has it on the other side, and that'll just help make sure it's all square. Make sure it's flush. Screws. then last one. This one might need a bit of persuasion to get in. Some of the wood's just not 100% straight. Okay, there we go. Another base, so I'll just make up another 5 of these, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I've got enough of them done now to make them the 2 planters, so there's 10 in total. So all that's left to do now is just to burn the ends again, just to make a blend in, and then I'll fix them on the inside just to give them a bit of stability. I'll just use some off-cut piece of wood like this and just screw them in to almost brace it. Stops it from moving around if there's any soil or anything in there. For these ones, because they're going in the pergola, I'm going to be putting ply on the bottom just to make sure that when I pour some of that concrete there, it isn't coming out the floor. Obviously, if you're using this as a different planter, what you can do is just use a few of these or other kind of scrap pieces of wood and put a little bit of a base on there, and that'll stop the majority of the soil and things like that falling straight back through. On the other hand, if you're going to be just putting it on the grass anyway, I just leave the bottom open. I'll show you what it looks like when I've got them put together. Okay, so this is the gas that I've been using, just a blowtorch, both of them from Screwfix. The top's a little bit expensive, I'm sure it's about 30 quid for that, and the refillable canisters, sorry, not necessarily refillable, but you can purchase them from Screwfix. I went through quite a few of these. I think the best thing for burning wood is one of the weed burners, but I'll show you what I do. Just turn the gas on. You can see there, obviously I've burnt the right hand side. I'll go around and do all the rest of the cut edges. What is best to do, I'll do another video on how to get this type of wood effect, but you then brush the soot off and also just put a little bit of linseed oil on there, and both those things help to protect the wood. Okay, next I'm going to use some wood glue and stack them all together before I then screw some bracing inside. You can wipe this stuff off after if you need to, if it does come out the front. Just like a thin bead running towards the inside. And then just make sure that it's on opposite sides. Once you think it's pretty much level, just give it a bit of a press down, and then just repeat. Then finally, I'm just going to use some off bits of wood and just use this in here just to act like a little bit of bracing. I'm not going to go all the way to the top, obviously, because you don't want to see that when you've got any soil or anything in there. Just cut them to whatever size you want, run them around, screw through each one, and that should help give it a bit of structure. There we go, let's repeat that a couple more times. Okay, so that's the 4 planters done now. As I mentioned before, they're going to be the bases for the pergola posts, but I'm also hoping to be planting some things in there as well. Really nice because you can decide on the size planter that you want and pull it together. I think they look pretty good. They should be pretty weather resistant given they've been burnt and also got some linseed on there as well. And it's just the natural variation in the grain that helps it stand out as well, and you can influence that, which I'll show you on another video around how you go about burning this. But yeah, hopefully you found that useful. I'm probably going to be making some more of these as planters for the garden as well. But thanks for watching Tropical Garden UK. Catch you on the next one.